Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our second playthrough of Mage Night, the board game, where we're doing our second scenario, which is a solo conquest. We have to conquer 2 cities and we've got to do it in 3 days and 3 nights, and things are going pretty well. It was looking pretty ropey perhaps a couple of episodes ago, but we managed to pull it around during episode 8 and we made some real progress. So we have started the last day. So we've got one more day and one more night to go. Just before we go into episode 9, just some cock-ups from last time. The first one involves when you can actually look at the defenders of a city. Now, I was thinking that it had to be the daytime and you had to be adjacent. That's not the case. You only have to be adjacent. So it doesn't matter if it's the middle of the night, you can see who defends the city. I suppose the city's supposed to be sort of lit up a lot better than a keep or a mage tower is, and it probably has a lot more people, you know, population in the surrounding countryside that will tell you that information. I think that's probably the rationale behind it. So we could have found out who was defending the city a lot earlier, which brings me on to an apology for those of you that were watching the episode that I had to delete. It was getting late at night and I edited it and I uploaded it, and then while I was watching it I noticed that I'd made a bit of a boo-boo. What was that boo-boo? Well, I actually went back to the map, and because it's daytime, what I'd done was I did reveal those defenders. Then I went on to my normal wrap-up at the end of the episode. However, when I edited the footage, I didn't include where I actually revealed who the defenders were. But I did include my wrap-up where I was moaning about the defenders that were actually defending the city, which of course would have made no sense. You'd have been going, huh? How does he know who the defenders are? So what I did was I deleted it, and I thought, it was getting late, I thought next day I'll edit in that bit of footage that I missed. Anyway, come to the next day, and yes, I deleted all the map footage, so I couldn't put it in. So what I had to do was the next best thing, which is I edited out all my moaning about who the defenders were, and then I uploaded that. So consequently, it was a little bit shorter an episode than the original was. So apologies to anybody who watched that or was halfway through watching it when it suddenly cut out. But it wouldn't have made any sense when you were listening to the wrap-up. You'd have been going like, who are all these defenders? Where did we find out about these? So in the one that you did see, I took out all references to who the defenders were, and it allows you to see who the defenders are going to be now. So you'll be all caught up shortly when I go through the defenders. So we may as well do that now. So we'll move into episode 9, and I think it's turn 25, I think. Anyway, let's get into it, and we'll see who is defending the Blue City. And here we are with the Blue City. So just to quickly go through it, these here are sort of additional options for any defenders of the city, but they only kick in if they have cold damage. They will get +2. If they do fire damage, they'll also get +2, and if they do cold fire damage, then they'll get +1. It doesn't give any boosts to any defenders that don't have cold attack, fire attack, or cold fire attack. So if they just have, say, physical attack, they will not get any of these bonuses. Under here, this is one of the rewards, and there are many, that you get for taking over a city. If you can rustle up 7 influence, then what you can do is pay a mana of any colour, and you can pick up a spell of that colour from the spell offer. So it's just another place where you can get spells in the Blue City. So just quickly gone through that as a reminder. Now, who's defending? This won't be a surprise to me, but it will be to you guys. So our white defender is a Grim Legionnaire. Now, this isn't as bad as it looks. It's pretty bad, but not quite as bad as it looks. The things to look for here are that symbol, which is like a pentacle. That means it's arcane resistant. We cannot use spell attacks on this guy unless we get rid of that resistance. He's obviously got 10 armour, but he isn't fortified, and that symbol overrides the fortification of the city. These guys are not fortified whatsoever. So just think of them as being outside the city gates, I suppose. You've got to go through them to actually get into the city. That's the way I'm thinking about it. You obviously get 8 fame for them, and they pack a punch. They pack 11 physical attack. So though they don't get any of those bonuses because they only do physical attack. So these guys, pretty tough. And the first of our lilac defenders are monks. So they've got poison. They also do 5 physical attack, so they will get none of the bonuses either. We can get 4 fame, and then when we attack them, we've got to generate 5 attack. So that's a monk. And our final lilac is another monk. So exactly the same as the last one. So we've got 2 sets of monks, and we have the Grim Legionnaires. The one good thing about these guys is obviously none of them get those attack bonuses. None of them have cold, fire, or cold fire attacks, so that's brilliant. We've also got one of them, the worst one, the most difficult one, is not fortified, so that is good. However, the monks are fortified. They are inside the city. We cannot use ranged attack on them, although we could use siege attack on them. There is not a double fortification, it's just a single fortification of the city. So there we go, that is the blue city. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it up here, because we are going to assault that city. So we may as well have a look at what we're up against when we get round to assaulting the city, which will be pretty much straight away. But just before we do, we'll pop across to the map and see where we're up to. And here we are with Arythea at the map. So all she's got to do is attack this city. Now, all cities just require 2 to assault them in order to get in there. So we're going to have to find 2 moves. That's okay, we've got March. And then we can actually assault the defenders of the city. Now, this game, no wonder it takes a bit of time to play, especially if you're a novice. I have spent absolutely ages working out how to do this, and I hope I've got it right. Anyway, let's get across to the player area and let's see if we can do it. And here we are back at the player area. So yes, this is a good one. So we're going to play March, and Arythea is going to assault the city. So that is our first card. Remember, we've got all these defenders. Let's move them out of the city and see how we are going to defeat them. Now, what you can do is you can sort of clump enemies together and try and take them out at the same time, and we're going to do that. We're going to clump one of our monks in with these Grim Legionnaires here, and we're going to try and take them out with siege attack. Remember, it does take a bit of figuring out. Here are my notes so I'll just be referring to those to make sure I do everything in the right order. So first of all, we are going to play concentration. Remember, if we play it for the overpower, we can play another action card with it. Get the stronger effect of that card for free. If that effect gives you move, influence, block, or any type of attack, get that amount plus 2. So we're going to play concentration. We're going to charge it with green mana from the source. So that's brilliant. Yeah. And the card that we're going to play with it is Into the Heat. This counts as an action card. The only cards that don't count as action cards, I believe, are spells and artifacts, so we can play it with Into the Heat. So we can play the stronger effect, play this card at the start of the combat. All of your units get their attack and block values increase by 3 this combat, except it will be 5 because we are using concentration and we don't have to pay the red mana. You cannot assign damage to units this turn. So we're getting +5 off into the heat, which is immense, because what we're going to do is we are going to activate both our catapults and our scouts. So let's do the scouts first. They've got siege attack 1, but it's going to be +5, so that is siege attack 6. So we'll put those there and activate them. Then we're going to activate the catapults. But just before we do, we're going to use our red crystal that we got last episode, and we're going to power up siege attack 5. That siege fire attack 5 is going to get +5 to it, so that's going to be 10 siege attack. We have got a total of 16 siege attack. That is going to kill both of these guys. These guys weren't fortified anyway, but these guys were fortified. But 16 siege attack does for both of them. Brilliant. So we'll put them up there to be dealt with in a minute. So all we've got left are these guys, the monks. Now these monks are fortified. Yeah. So we cannot range attack them. If we could range attack them, we'd be able to kill them now. And yes, we wouldn't take any wounds, but we're going to have to take some wounds because we cannot range attack them because they are still protected by the city. So they do 5 attack. We're not going to block it. So that is going to be 2 wounds because we've got 3 armour. And unfortunately, they've got poison. So we're going to take 2 wounds to our hand and 2 wounds to our discard. So 1, 2 go into our hand, and 1, 2 go into our discard pile. Okay, so now it's our turn to attack, and we need to generate 5 attack. Well, we can do that quite easily. All we're going to do is we are going to play the Tome of All Spells, which allows us to play a spell from the offer for free. And we'll just play Flame Wall. So we don't have to pay the mana cost, and we just get Fire Attack 5. Yep. So we get Fire Attack 5. In fact, we'll put it up here because I've got to put it back. And that kills these guys. We have taken the city, people. The blue city is ours. And this goes onto our sort of area. So we'll put it at the back there. So that is awesome. We can put Flame Wall back now. That can go back in there. We have used it. And we have taken the blue city. That took ages for me to suss out. There were all sorts of variations that we could try, but I think that was the best way of doing it. We had to take 4 wounds. I could have done it and took 3 wounds, but those would have all gone into my hand, and I didn't fancy that. I thought, for the sake of an extra wound, which is going to go into my discard, I'll do it this way. Hopefully I've done that correctly. I think so. And yes. Brilliant. So, oh, and the other thing was, I could have used Battle Versatility for attack 2, Hot Swordsmanship for attack 2, which is 4, and then I could have played Snowstorm sideways, which would have been 5 as well, and kept Tome of All Spells. But I just thought it'd be better to do it this way. We keep 2 cards. Battle Versatility is quite a good card, and so is Snowstorm. You never know when it may come in. So I just decided to do it that way. Okay, so I think that is it. There is nothing else, is there? No, that's the end of that. So first of all, let's go up here because we're going to level up, and let's put all of that lovely jubbly fame onto the fame and reputation track. And here we are at the Fame and Reputation track. One thing to do, first of all, we attacked a fortified site. The population doesn't like that, so we go back one. But we're still on +2 rep, which will be very, very important, as you will see. Now, we've killed 3 of these guys, so we get to put 3 shield tokens onto this card. That just tells us that we killed 3 defenders. That will also give us an influence bonus. I think it's +2 for each, so we'll get +6. Yeah, +6, +2, so we've already got 8 influence in this city, so that's awesome. So I'll find a better place to put that, actually. Pop it over there. Right, so we've done that, and we've took the reputation hit. Next, we've got to take all of this lovely fame. So we get 4, 8, 16 fame. That is brilliant. Let's just discard these guys. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We are on 60 fame. Brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. And that means that we level up. So let's go back to the player area and let's complete our leveling up. And here we are back at the player area. Okay, so let's just do the level up. So this becomes a command token. We just flip it over. There we go. So we can get another unit. Let's have a look at our changes. We have now got an armour of 4. Brilliant. We've still got a hand limit of 6. And we are now level 7. So let's pop that on there. We're doing extremely well, thank you. And let's get on with the cleanup. So we need to re-roll this mana. And typical, we get a black. Not so bad for us, we do have polarization. We should be able to change that into a gold. So we'll get rid of that. Clear these up. So we spent 4 cards and we got a couple of wounds, unfortunately. But I think that is a good payoff. Wounds aren't that bad, really, for Arythea. We should be able to get rid of a couple anyway. And as long as we get rid of most of them by the end of the game, that shouldn't affect our score too much. Okay, so that is it, I think, and that is the end of the turn for Arythea. Oh, we've got a draw up, haven't we? We've still got a 6-card limit, but we do get a benefit from actually being in the city. And I cannot remember what it is. I'm not sure whether it's 1 card or 2 cards. I will just check that. Won't be a moment. Yes, I'm back. Yes, it is 2 higher. It's here on the city card. If you actually look at the bottom there, bonus. If you end your turn adjacent to a conquered city, your hand limit is 2 higher if you are that city's leader, and we are now the city's leader. So that will give us a hand limit of 8, which is good because of these 2 wound cards here. So we've got 2, so we need to draw up another 6. That's 1, we get determination. Improvisation. We could do with some influence cards. We want to go on a spending spree. Frostbridge. So how many cards have we got now? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Burning shield, exploding shield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we've got 8 now. So we didn't get the influence that we wanted. We've still got a fair bit of influence because we've got +2 reputation. I will try and remember the 2 influence that gives us. Plus, we've got +2, I believe, for every one of these shields. So that is going to be 8 influence. And we could play some cards sideways, I suppose. I think improvisation might give us a boost. Yes, we can get influence 5 off that. So I'll have to do some adding before we start next turn and see what we can buy. We could certainly get those Amatep gunners, but I would like the Delphana Masters, I must admit. Okay, so that is it for Arythea's turn. Let's move across to the dummy player. And here we are with the dummy player. So we're going to go through 3 cards to begin with. Mana Draw is a white. Instinct is a red. Stamina is a blue, which means 3 more cards. Intimidate, Swiftness, and Heroic Tail. And again, you'll have noticed that the vast majority of those cards were white or red, which is bad news for us. But at least we've already conquered a city, so that's okay. So that's 6 cards the dummy player has gone through. We went through something similar, so it's not too bad. I think it was at least 4 that we spent, so we're not too far behind. Okay, so that is it for turn 25. I think it's turn 25. Went pretty well. We are now the master of a city, and doubtless Arythea is going around rounding people up and sacrificing them to her blood god. But in the interim, we will just gloss over that, and we will look to see how we can actually get to the green city, and what are we going to do next turn. So I'll have a think about that, and we'll be back shortly with turn 26. And I'm back a little bit quicker than advertised. I'm just going to do this very quickly because I've got the sun shining in, so I'll probably have to leave it a couple of hours. And because of that, what I did was I went and uploaded the first part and noticed a couple of errors I'd made. The main error was thinking that these babies here gave us +2 reputation, +2 influence, sorry. They don't, they only give us +1, so we can only generate 5 through our reputation here and these 3. But that's not too bad. The other big problem was when I played the Tome of All Spells. What you actually have to do is you have to discard a card of any colour. Then you can play Flame Wall, for example. Flame Wall is a red spell, so we had to discard a red card. The only red card that we had was Battle Versatility, so we'll have to discard that as well, which means we've only got 7 cards here, so we've got to draw up 1 more. And we get Rage, which is completely useless to us. We wanted more influence, so there we go. So I fixed that, and yes, we can start turn 26, everything okay, I think. So I'll see you in a couple of hours. As I say, you can see the sun coming through. It just plays havoc with reflections off the cards if you've got them sleeved or anything. So I'll leave it a couple of hours and then come back once the sun has moved around a bit. So I'll see you later on. And here we are back at turn 26. The sun has eventually gone in, so we are able to get back to normal here in Manchester. Yes, it's chucking it down again, so we're fine. Righto, so what are we going to do turn 26? We won't bother going to the map because we're currently in the blue city and we're not going to move. So we may as well get straight in with playing our hand. Now, as mentioned, after my quick correction, we do have +2 influence from our reputation here, and we get +1 for each of the defenders we defeated, so we're on +5. Now, we want those Delphana Masters over there, and they cost us 13. We have to buy them in a city. We can't use learning or anything like that. We have to buy them in the city itself, and that's what we are going to do. So, how are we going to go about it? Well, there are several ways that we can do it, but I think we will do it this way. First of all, we are going to play improvisation. And what we want is, we want the 5 influence, obviously, to go with the 5 that we've already got. So we'll play that, and we need to charge it with red mana. How are we going to get the red mana? We could use the red mana from the source. We could actually use the black mana and use polarization, turn it into a gold and use that. Or we can actually discard one of these. We're going to discard one of these and use invocation. The reason is it'll just allow us to draw up with more cards. We've got 4 of these, if we count the ones that are already in our discard, but I think we should be able to get rid of them by the time we finish the game. So we'll discard this, and we will use Invocation, which, as you can see here, we can either get a black mana or a red mana. We're going to get the red mana. So we'll turn that over, and we'll get the red mana. Oh, I've left my red mana here on Siege Attack from last turn. We'll use that instead. I should have obviously chucked that away. But we've used Invocation, and we've put a red mana on here to charge Improvisation. So we've now got a total of 10 influence. We need 13. All I'm going to do... Oh, because we've used Improvisation, we need to chuck a card away. So I'm going to chuck Rage away. So we get rid of that. And that leaves us with 4 cards left. And we're going to struggle, actually, to get any more influence by way of an actual ability, because none of them have got influence on them. But we can play cards sideways. So we're going to play 1, 2, 3. I'm not planning on attacking the other city during this particular round. I think we will attack the hags, though. But we shouldn't need all this firepower to take the hags out, and we've still got quite a lot of good cards in our deck. So we'll play all these 3 sideways, and that will give us 13 influence, and that is enough. So let's pick up these guys. I did go through them, we'll quickly go through it again. So they cost us 13. The exclamation mark means we have to spend influence in a city to get them. We've done that. They're level 4. They have 3 armour, but they are physically ice and fire resistant. And when activating this, you may use multiple different abilities against the same or different targets. And all of these are powered by mana. So blue, target enemy does not attack. Red, target enemy is destroyed if blocked. Green is a range. Armour of target enemy is reduced by 5 to a minimum of 1, and if we use white, target enemy loses all fortifications and resistances, which is immense. So if we can get some mana together for a change, this would go well with Mana Pull, for example. So we've got the Delphana Masters, we will put them there, and we've spent every card apart from 1 wound and Frostbridge. The reason I've kept Frostbridge is the move cost of swamps is reduced to 1 this turn, and we've got a load of swamps around that green city, so we'll keep this card. Plus the fact it's a move card and we will require it. So we'll pop that over there. So I think that is a good one to keep. Is there anything else we want to do? No, that's it. So we'll get rid of that mana. We haven't used any of the source. And our skill comes back, Invocation, so we can pop that back in here. And we can discard these cards. So we spent a few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus a wound. So that's not too bad. We are going through the deck pretty well, and we've got another unit. Okay, is that it? I don't think there's anything else we need to do apart from draw up. So we're drawing back up to 8, so that's going to be another 6 cards, 7, 8. So 1 is Crystallise. Let's get some crystals. Woohoo! After that, we have Magic Talent. Again, very, very good. Very good indeed. We might be able to get one of these spells up here. I wish we had Wings of Wind up there. Oh, we've got Expose and Mass Expose. So I don't think those hags are going to have a good time of it shortly. And if we do kill the hags, they've got 3 fame, and that will allow us to level up again. At last, we've got some promise. Well, influence through promise, I mean. So that's a good card. So what we've got here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 2 more. Swift Bolt. Awesome. We might just play that to get a white crystal to our inventory, to be honest. So there we go. And we get Learning. This is brilliant. So we might use this to get the advanced action. I mean, we want the gunners, but I think we can get the gunners without actually using Learning. I think we can put Learning on top and get ourselves an advanced action. because Crushing Bolt looks very good for attacking that green city. So learning is a good card. So we should have 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's great. We get the extra 2, remember, because we're actually in the blue city. So fantastic. We should be able to get them Amotep gunners and hopefully an advanced action. Yes, awesome. So let's go straight across to the dummy player and let's turn some cards over. And here's the dummy player. Come on, we want a red or a white. We need a little bit of time. So that's a blue, that's a good one to go first. That's a red, that's not so good. Another red, fantastic. So we only take one more. Come on, be a blue or a green. A green will do. Ha ha! Brilliant. Oh, how many have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we could have quite a few turns left if it goes for us. So we turned over 4 cards there. Not too shabby. That is the least we can turn over now because we've got at least a crystal of every single colour. So that was brilliant. Hopefully what we'll be able to do is get those Amotep gunners next turn, plus Crushing Bolt, and then we can have a look around at trying to move towards the green city. And I think while we're actually moving towards the green city, I think we will probably provoke those hags. And if we kill those hags, we do go up another level, we will get another skill and we will get another advanced action. So that will be just awesome, because the other, depending what replaces Crushing Bolt, I mean, there's ambush and agility as well in there. So even those, any one of those two would be good as well, possibly agility. Righto, so brilliant. That is it for turn 26. We'll be back shortly with turn 27. And here we are at turn 27. Okay, been having a bit of a think. I think I've organised what I'm going to do. Wow, you've really got to think in this game. But I think this is what we're going to do. Okay, so first of all, we're going to play Crystallise. Now, we'd like to charge that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Polarisation. And we're going to take the black mana, change it to a gold, and that gold is going to be used as a blue. So we've charged up Crystallised, and we can gain a crystal of any colour to our inventory, and we're going to take a blue. So we're going to pop that in there. Next, we're going to play Swift Bolt for its basic ability, which is gain a white crystal. So we gain a white crystal to our inventory. Then we are going to use Invocation again, and we're going to use that to get a red mana. So it doesn't go to our inventory, but it does go up there, and we can use it this turn. Right, what are we going to use after that? Well, then we're going to use Magic Talent, and we're going to overpower it with a blue crystal. When you play this, play a mana of any colour, gain a spell card of that colour from the spells offer and put it into your discard pile. So here's the blue to charge it, and we're going to use the red mana that we just got from discarding a wound. That is going to get us Fireball. So we've now got Fireball. That goes over here, along with that wound that we've discarded. So we'll pop those over there. We'll leave that here. So we've done Magic Talent. What we're going to do after that? Well, then we're going to play Promise, and we're going to charge it with that white crystal to give us Influence 4. So Influence 4 here, plus 2 is 6, plus the 3 we get for the defeated enemies is 9, and that is enough to buy the Amotep Gunners. So Brilliant. So they cost 8, we paid 9, so that's great. Level 3, they've got 6 armour, they can attack or block 5, or if you power them with red mana, they've got ranged fire attack 6. Brilliant. So they have joined the team, and that is excellent news. Right, I think that is it. We're not going to bother with learning, we can use that anytime. Yeah, we don't even have to be in a city or anything. So we'll hold off on Agility Ambush and Crushing Bolt. I'm sure we can get those in the future. We've still got Expose. We'll probably use that against those hags, as I mentioned. We won't bother going across to the map again because basically we haven't moved anywhere. Any moving will be next episode now. So that's pretty cool. So let's do a bit of clean-up. So we've got to re-roll this mana. And we get a white. Good, good. Get rid of that now. And we get both of our skills back, which is excellent. They can go back up here. Let's get rid of all this mana that we've spent and discard these cards. So they all go on the top there. So we've done pretty well there. We've got rid of a few cards, we've got ourselves another unit, and we've got ourselves another spell. We've got Fireball. We've got to pick another spell. So to replace Fireball, and we get Call to Arms, Call to Glory. This is one I was saying you couldn't use to get the Delphana Masters, for example. So this is a spell that allows you to either use a unit that is in the offer, or you can actually draw the unit into your discard pile, I believe. Oh no, obviously it's not going to go in your discard pile, it's going to go in your units offer. It's going to go on one of your units. But we wouldn't have been able to get the Delphana Masters that way, they're not allowed. But Call to Arms, there we go. So we'll pop that in there. Obviously the 2 units that we have picked up, we don't replace those. Those don't get replaced till the end of the round. So there we go. We've spent, after actually taking the city, we've spent a couple of turns actually in the city, beefing ourselves up. We've got ourselves a spell. We've got ourselves a couple of immense units. Okay, well, we've still got to do the dummy player, so let's zoom in and turn some cards. Oh no, we've got to draw up. Got to draw up. We're still in the city. So we got rid of, well, we discarded 2 of our wound cards, so we need another 5 cards. We get March. That is definitely, we do need some move. And a little bit of attack, I think. Threaten, so we've got some more influence. Could have done with that earlier. We've got some more move. I'm sure we've still got some attack. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mana pull, always useful. Come on, at least 1 attack card. Swiftness, we got ranged attack 3. Will that do for him? No, they've got 5, but they've got 5 armour, but we should be able to do something. Sort something out. We might even be able to, you know, if the worst comes to the worst, we'll just play some cards sideways, I think. What's Expose? Just all fortifications and resistances, but it is ranged attack 2. So ranged attack 2 and ranged attack 3 would be enough. They are not fortified. So we'd need to, we've got a mana there, which is white. Can we get a second white mana from anywhere? I don't think we can, which is a bit unfortunate. But we have got enough attack to take them on. So if we can block, we only need to block for 3. So if we could block for 3, perhaps playing some cards sideways, and we can use ranged attack as melee attack and kill them that way. We'll have to have a think. Something may come up whereby we can manage to generate 2 white mana. Oh, we've still got the Amatep Gunners, haven't we? And the Delphana Masters. Yeah, the toast. The hags are toast, so we'll take them out next turn. That will allow us to level up. We'll get another advanced action. And yes, then we can look to... I think we'll try and get to that magical glade before we attack the Green City. That will give us a gold mana. That'll be good. Yes, if we get a move on, that'll be awesome. Right, anyway, this is what I should be saying at the end of the episode. Let's get across to the dummy player and let's see how many cards we've got to turn over. And here we are with the dummy player. So 3 cards is a blue, excellent. A white, not so good. And blue. So 1, get rid of a green, another green, and another blue. Oh, another white. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it could be as little as 2 turns left. Oh, that's killing us, those blues. Oh. We've got loads of red and white, and we're just getting really unlucky with not pulling those. We've just done it once. So that's a bit of a blow. Never mind. Okay. So that's it. Let's zoom out and let's have a very quick recap. And here we are at the recap. Yeah, we're doing exceptionally well, I think. Yeah, we've pretty much got everything we wanted this episode. We've still got learning. We should still be able to perhaps pick up another card, though we've got tons of cards now. I think we've probably got enough cards. We've got enough to actually kill those hags. I think we've also got enough to move to next to the Green City, find out who's defending the Green City next episode, and possibly move into that magical glade. We've got tons and tons of movement, so we should be able to do that. And then that's just brilliant. We can see what is in the Green City, and then we can, we can see if we can attack it early. Unfortunately, I doubt it. In fact, yes, we've only got 2. Yeah, we're only going to have 2 rounds. There was 4. We're definitely going to turn over 4 cards, whatever. So we've definitely got 2 rounds. We've got the round. Oh no, 3 rounds, isn't it? We'll turn these over. So that's 1 round. The round after that, he'll do... Oh no, it's 2. Yeah. He'll turn these over. We'll have a go. Oh no, 3 rounds. We're first, aren't we? So we go first, then he turns these over, has none left. No matter what we turn over, he will turn over 4. Then it goes back to us, so we have another go. Then he declares end of round. So we've got 3 rounds left. I don't think we'll be able to assault the city in 3 rounds. But you never... not 3 rounds, in 3 turns. But we shall see. Yes, if only we hadn't picked 2 blues, then that would have been awesome. We'd have got, another turn, perhaps 4 turns, we might have been able to defeat the Green City. But we've got tons and tons of cards now. We've got some really awesome cards. As I say, we're going to level up because those hags haven't got a chance against the Delphana Masters or the Amatep Gunners, so we may as well destroy them. Mind you, if we do use the Delphana Masters and the Amatep Gunners, that's pretty much means that we won't be able to attack the Green City, I think. It's only my first game. Let's go into the final round. I think we'll have to go into the final round. I'd be really struggling, I think, to take that Green City without at least getting my units back. So, yeah, bit of a pipe dream that. Forget about that. We will go into the night round, I think, the final night, and we will launch a night assault on the Green City. I think that will be the plan. Okay, so that's it for episode 9 of Mage Knight, the board game and solo conquest. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for all the views. Thank you very much for all the subscriptions and for all the likes and dislikes, because you're still watching. Brilliant. Thank you for all the help and support, and if anybody has noticed any sort of mistakes, it's still only my second game. I was doing some fancy sort of stuff there. I think it was okay. but I could well have made an error. If I have made an error, I do apologise. Please point it out and I will try and fix it if I can. But I'm doing 3 turns a time, so it might be a bit difficult, but hopefully we'll be okay. I think that is it, isn't it? Oh, except to thank everybody who's gone across to Board Game Links to watch the videos over there, and everybody at BGG who's liked the video threads or commented on them or dropped any geek gold or anything of that fashion. Thank you so much. That is it for episode 9. I hope you join me for episode 10, but until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.